We told you earlier that 72% of Oklahoma drug busts are in homes with children living inside. And now we're hearing firsthand what that does to our kids. The impact can be devastating, and that impact can last a lifetime. KOCO's Evan Onstadt brings us the story of an Oklahoma City woman who was trying to turn her life around. Not only did she grow up with drugs around her, she grew up with drugs inside her.
You know, I started when I was 9 years old.
You might say Veronica Lawrence never stood a chance when it came to drugs.
Yeah, my mom was a meth cook. Yeah, she was. And she was the first person to ever, put a needle in my arm.
Lawrence was made into an addict. She says her mother made sure of that. She now has 3 children of her own who also grew up surrounded by addiction.
Like my oldest son had to basically watch the other 2 little ones because I was too busy getting high.
She's speaking in past tense because, unlike her mother, Lawrence says she made a different choice, a harder choice: rehab.
I didn't want to go, but I did. I went and I stuck it out. I worked the program and I graduated. And that's a big accomplishment for me.
After using meth consistently for more than 20 years, Lawrence is now 9 months drug-free. 5 months at Jordan's Crossing Drug Addiction Center in Oklahoma City. Other groups have since helped her get into a 3-bedroom apartment where she can go to meetings every day.
It's better. It's way better. It's not like before how it was.
And Lawrence knows her recovery means just as much for her kids as it does for her.
They're able to talk to me, they're able to be kids now.
Veronica Lawrence is 33 years old. Her mother has passed away. Her siblings are also clean. She says her family's battle with meth ends with her. Help for local mothers. There's a group on the front lines of drug addiction and overdoses. This is not your typical home. It's a residential treatment center for moms addicted to drugs.
It's a struggle to move beyond the addiction, but it's also a struggle to move beyond it without the kids that they so dearly love and they want to be good parents for.
Babies, toddlers, and kids up to 12 can live here with their mother as she works to recover.
Which oftentimes they're the mom's biggest cheerleader is the kids.
Lucinda Doherty told us about a young pregnant mom who was homeless and eating out of trash cans. She ended up here at North Care in Guthrie.
Now has custody of not only her 3-year-old, but she was able to keep the baby. The baby was on unit with us for a while. She has an apartment. She's doing so well.
A program helping moms recover from drug addiction and bringing families back together.
It's very hard work because it touches your heart so much, but it is truly a miracle to be a part of. Because you're not only seeing the lives of one woman change, you're seeing the lives of a family change.
The program offers therapy and support for the children as well as their moms. Addicted at 15, that was the reality for one Oklahoma woman. Her addiction quickly spiraled out of control, but now she's getting back on the right track and helping those who are struggling, even those who were her age when she first started using.
Sometimes it's like looking in a mirror and like seeing these girls or these women and being able to talk to them on a level and then be like, she understands.
Chrissy Alexander says she got hooked on opioids after a snowboarding accident when she was 15.
My knee turned the wrong way, my foot turned the other way, my meniscus tore, and it did some pretty good damage. They immediately took me down to Medic and they prescribed me opiates.
Chrissy says it only took her a few days to spiral out of control.
I had started drinking previous to this. I had always kind of smoked marijuana. I was always kind of a troubled kid. My addiction didn't get out of control until the opiates started.
She says doctors never recommended she stop taking opioids.
When I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that I lost my pills every other month, and 2 weeks into the month, can you prescribe me another 120 pills? Probably drug seeking.
Eventually, her son was born addicted to opiates.
He went to the NICU when he was born. He was only 2 pounds when he was born.
She signed over the rights to her 2 kids after DHS stepped in.
My son was 1. my daughter was 7.
Chrissy says she finally decided to get help after being attacked and held captive by another addict. At this time, she was addicted to heroin, meth, OxyContin, and more.
My dad put me up in a hotel room for the night, and then he called me and was like, hey, there's this detox center you're going to go to.
Chrissy was eventually kicked out of treatment for threatening another patient. She was still learning how to control her anger. Fast forward a few years, Chrissy is now 2.5 years sober, but she still worries about people who will follow in her footsteps and become an addict.
Their first use isn't at 18. Their first use isn't at 21. Their first use isn't at 26 years old. Their first use is at 12, 13, 16, 14, however young.
Sometimes it's easy to find the pills.
They started going through mom's medicine cabinet, or a doctor handed them a bottle of pills, or some friend handed them a bottle of their pills.
Now Chrissy is helping other addicts. She's a receptionist at a local substance abuse and mental health treatment facility.
To be able to provide that to somebody is like one of the most amazing things I think that I've ever experienced.
Chrissy has partial custody of her 10-year-old daughter. She's fighting for custody of her son. She thinks her children have a bright future ahead despite her struggles. And if you or someone you know needs help for themselves or their children, right now on the KOCO app, you'll find a list of resources. Look under the Project Community tab. Our look into the problems impacting Oklahoma kids is not over. All year, KOCO is looking into issues facing our children, from addiction to bullying. Not just the problems, but what we can do and what can be done to help. We have a panel of community leaders on the front lines of this fight, meeting with us here at the station behind the scenes. It's just one way we're working to cover every angle of this important topic right here in our community. It's part of our commitment to you. Thank you for joining us for Chronicle Project Community. We have our past stories online if you'd like to look at them. Have a good night.